get live a little bit today and talk about how we can overcome our challenges. Once again, if it's not motivation, if it's not meditation, if it's not inspiration, if it's not one of three, I don't want it. So, what happens a lot of times is we're put in a place where our challenges sometimes are going to take work. They're going to take time, they're going to take effort, they're going to take ability. When you're going through challenges, remember that what you're working on becomes more important than the challenge. And that if you continue to focus, if you continue to put your mind in the place where the ability starts to open up, then the mentality will. And inside of that place, you'll be able to start seeing the things that are happening. The roadmap will open up in front of you. And sometimes that roadmap, you can't see it when you first start. In fact, most of the time, it's by design that as you're working at things, challenges are going to show up. Things are going to be working against you to ask you what you're truly made of. It's almost like the universe is asking you what you have inside and how you're going to utilize your ability to overcome these challenges. And a lot of times, when you seek out help from others, that help is going to fail. It is going to ask you, how can you achieve it? Is it truly what you truly want? Or are you going to give up? And inside of that place, the person who continues to proceed, the person who continues to persist, is the one who's going to receive the success from those challenges. And inside of that place of focus, you will open up the ability to utilize your knowledge. See, a lot of times we want it so bad. And are we truly willing to work for it? Are we truly willing to put our time, effort, mentality into the things that we truly want? And what happens when it's failing in the process of succeeding? Do you see the total picture? Do you see the total ability inside of yourself to overcome the mental blocks, the mental challenges that might stop you from gaining that success in which you choose, which you want? And that is a question you have to ask yourself. Is what you're doing truly worth it? Is it truly worth the challenges that you're facing off against? Is it truly worth what it means to be you? And so when we face challenges, are we looking at them as an equation? Are we looking at them as something that we can overcome? Are we looking at it, a challenge, as a positive thing? Are we looking at a challenge as a positive ability to find ourselves in that process, to grow, to utilize knowledge, to utilize the focus that we have so we could become disciplined? Or are we allowing those blockers to stop us? And so this is why utilizing positive energy is important. When you utilize the energy inside of yourself in a way in which no matter how the challenge goes, I'm still going to come out on top. And that's where our skills come in, the ability to write things, to listen, to speak them out, to study. One of the hardest things to do when you're going through a challenge is to study. And our self-study opens up the ability, hey, TB, when you open up the ability to study, when you open up the ability inside of yourself to find a way to overcome your challenges by using the skills that you do have. The amazing part is when we're facing challenges, the challenge itself almost is the test. And inside of that, are you able to continue to be positive? Are you able to find a way to work through the challenges? Because if you can find a way to work through those challenges, then you can choose to be consciously positive and identify the negativity. And then the map opens in front of you. The road will open. The blinds, the fog will lift in front of you. And so a lot of the times it's the internal challenges that we're facing off against. It's not the ability to study. It's not the focus. It's not the discipline. It's ourselves that we have the biggest challenge with sometimes. And inside of finding ourselves, there's a place of knowledge inside of you, the amount of degree of years which you've been on this planet, the challenges that you face off against. See, we don't need somebody else to save us. Inside of ourselves is knowledge. Inside of ourselves is challenges. Inside of ourselves is the ability to consciously choose to be positive, to consciously choose the map, the challenges, and to allow those things to work in our favor. And it's amazing when you start to use it, when you start to let the knowledge inside open up, when you start to express yourself by being yourself. And a lot of times people lose that. They lose the ability because of the mental blocks that go on around us to open up the ability inside of who they are. When you do utilize that part of yourself, you start to take a part of who you are and you start to become that mass. And as that mass opens up, you become yourself. And inside of self-expression, you have the ability to overcome your challenges. And that's why it's important to consciously identify negative and positivity and then choose to focus on the positivity. Choose to focus on the ability to learn, to speak out, to communicate, and to read, write. See, these are all skills that if you didn't have them, you would wish you could. And if you can utilize those skills in a way that can bring positivity towards you, then you have a chance. And a lot of times we see the invisible, we speak it out. Are we truly achieving our dreams? Are we truly achieving our goals? And that's what motivation, meditation, inspiration means to me. It's the ability to eliminate the things that are not meant for you, that are meant for your purpose, not meant for your ability inside to open up and to overcome your challenges. See, I never said we don't have challenges. What I've said is how to identify our challenges and to choose positivity over negativity so that we have the ability to have a positive life, to have positive ability in our lives, to allow the negatives or handicaps to not stop our ability to overcome. There's a lot of times that there's people out there, they disable their mind. Think of the word itself, disability. Disabling your ability. We all have the ability to use the skills, the challenges that we have in our ability. We all have seen that person who overcame that challenge even though the odds were against them. How do they do that? Because they put their mind in a place where they enabled their mind, where they enabled their ability. They were no longer disabling their mind. And a lot of the times, the challenges that we face off against, they go on in our mind. And so it's the place where we can choose the conscious ability to be positive, to find the ability to overcome the challenges which we face off against on a daily basis. Because there's those people out there who wake up sometimes. And even when they don't want to wake up, they say, hey, I'm going to figure a way to overcome these challenges with what I do have. And there's the people who wake up and they say, hey, I don't know how to overcome these challenges with what I do have. And so when we learn, when we put our ability inside into that place, when our challenges come and people fail you, because people will fail you, remember to look inside of yourself for the answers. Look inside of yourself for the ability. And at the same time, help other people along that path. Help other people along those challenges that you're facing off against. And realize that nobody else can do it for you. And that's the biggest amazing part about it, is nobody else can overcome your challenges for you. You have to want it inside of yourself enough that you can stick up for yourself. You have to want it inside of yourself enough that you can believe in yourself, that you can believe in your dreams, that you can believe in your ability. And when you believe in you, when you put that place where the knowledge starts to grow, where the mass starts to grow, then people will see the reflection of discipline. And that reflection from discipline becomes identified as inspiration. And so when you inspire other people and you share your stories, when you uplift other people, when they're going through challenges and you tell them how they can overcome their challenges by focusing beyond that, and that it doesn't require you, but actually they can do it. That is when inspiration comes out. It comes out when we master ourselves, when we master our beings, when we utilize our challenges, our abilities, and our focus, our knowledge, and our discipline inside of ourselves to the point where the depth becomes our inspiration. Utilize your knowledge, your focus, and your discipline to uplift other people. Share this message, subscribe, and I do hope that you all have a blessed day. As always, namaste.